Alright guys, what's going on? I'm about to go party rocking in a little bit, but before I go do that, let's just go kick some crony butt, shall we? So anyway, we're back here at the Battle Hall. So we just kicked that Fashionista Argenta, to the next dimension. So we got that silver medal right ASAP on our what's it called? The Battle Frontier Pass, man. That shiny silver medal, about the time to make that go. So that's why we're here. I'm just gonna complete what I didn't do before in the last video, which is I started doing the bug and grass combination. Like I said before, when you go pick a particular type on a panel, you're not stuck on one particular type. So I decided to go and tackle 2 types. So unfortunately, you're only allowed 10 battles, so 5 plus 5 is 10. So let's just complete the other 5 in each category, which means 5 bug and 5 grass. So in comes a lily, and the shenanigans begin already. You saw that crap, man. Oh my goodness, I cannot stand Lily. Why did I go straight for the flamethrower? I should have just used the substitute before going for the flamethrower. Anyway, whatever, that's long gone. Thankfully, and hopefully I'll have to deal with that again. So once I take care of the grass, I will be able to take care of both grass and the rocks, so I won't have to deal with Credilli or nothing, because it's annoying to see that. So Tangler bites the dust. We're gonna go for the bug now, and let's just see what he has. And that's a Beautifly, easy kill, man. Beautifly's not doing nothing. I don't even think Beautifly has any access to any like kind of status impairment moves like stun spore, sleep powder. I could be mistaken. Hell, I don't use that thing. I don't know. So because Blossom, I know this thing could potentially put me to sleep and or probably survive my flamethrower because it's not a fire blast and it's not stabbing all that other jazz, like I said. And he's just gonna go for the stun spore repeatedly, not affecting the substitute. I find it now that I can't just go for a straight attacking move now that I got the silver medal, So things are going to be a little bit harder, just a tad bit harder than it was before. As before, you were dealing with a whole bunch of low-level Pokemon that don't necessarily have EV investments. If you guys keep that in mind, the higher you progress, the more EVs the computer puts in the Pokemon you're opposing against. And that obviously makes it harder to take down the opposition. So Battle 7's here. I think I'm just going to go after the grass, the second to last grass, which is a Meganium. I think this could probably Toxic or, all the other jazz or whatever like that. Oh, counter. Oh, goodness. Oh, Meganium. Thank you for doing that. Yo, a lot of Pokemon can get Mirror Coat and counters, so I got to look out for that. Focus Sash. Oh my gosh, no. I gotta seriously look out for that in the future. Like all those fighting type Pokemon, man, you could focus band and counter me to oblivion. I will be so upset. You don't even know. So I gotta look out for that. I'm definitely keeping my substitute just in case for things like that. Oh, I picked grass and I completely ruled out the possibility of him getting a Ludicolo. Lucky for me, I do have the Yachi Berry still be put. Oh man, I'm glad I didn't change that. And I actually made another man, so I was like, alright, that's it, man. You guys are right in the first video. Why don't I have Outrage? But I have another man that has Outrage, so I would switch around. I'll switch around between the 2 men accordingly or respectively as I progress within the battle hall. So so I don't have to get rid of Outrage, since Outrage is, I think, an egg move. So since it's an egg move, and if you get rid of it and replace it with a TM move, it's not like I can replace, say if I get rid of Outrage for Flamethrower, it's not like I can go around and do the vice versa thing and replace Flamethrower with Outrage. I'll have to, get a whole different bag on. I don't have time for that, man. Seriously. So I'm just gonna switch the message around, and still one with Outrage, Flamethrower, DDS, Substitute. I think that's pretty good for what I want to take down next. I think the only thing left over is for me to do is switch berries. I'm looking at my move pool. I think I want to get rid of Flamethrower. Yes. Because I think I'm going to go after, I have Poison left over. I think I'm just going to go after Poison. Poison is something else. I think that's what I tackled in this particular video. So, I know I'll do that. Eventually I'll take out Poison. So, I completely forgot my train of thought here. But it's always good to have more than one particular Pokemon to tackle, because you have to remember that you're facing every type. Like I said before, you're not limited to using one of a particular species. You are limited to using that particular species. Like if you entered the contest with a Shelgon, you're stuck using a Shelgon, but you're not limited to using, you get like 50,000 Shelgons that you use periodically. So, fire, that's what I'm doing, fire and electric. So I have the Earthquake and I have Outrage, I believe, in this particular So Earthquake, easy. You know, I probably should have put the Rock Slide because I didn't even take into account Moltres and Zapdos in this case. Thank goodness when I was doing Ice, they didn't even give me an Articuno, man. I was like so unprepared for that when I went for the Ice types early on, and that's actually why I went for the Ice types early on. Like I said before, the type of level the Pokemon increases. Like, you know, the Eevees and all the other jazz, and they start throwing in legendaries and all the other jazz. Imagine if I went for Ice right now, man. Articuno. Weavile? No, I had it easy. Sneasel, Abomasnow, out, son. You're not outspeeding me. You know, so yeah. What I like about Salamence, like I keep saying, is that it has Intimidate, so you know, cuts the attack. Easy kill for the Slugma. So I'm just gonna go and alternate between the Fire and Electric, much to like what I was doing before with the Bug and Grass. So Magnemite, easy, no contest. The lack of having an air balloon is very significant in 4th gen, so nothing levitates that, which isn't necessarily supposed to initially. So Charmeleon, no contest. That's out, and yeah, man, this is fun, man. I cannot wait to meet that Fashionista again and destroy her and her career. So battle number 9. What is this? Vulpix? You're up to number 9. You're bringing in Vulpix? This is too easy. And that's what happens to trainers. You guys think that this is too easy, then all of a sudden some nonsense, some Boulder Dash occurs, and you're just staring at your game like, what the fuck? You know, it just happened. So I gotta calm down my overconfidence a little bit. You know, I can't be going around saying, huh, if only my opponents were more of a challenge. You know, I can't go around saying things like that, you know. So I think we're gonna go after. I'm gonna complete the Fire and Electric transition. So in comes a little bit more competition. Combustion, easy, but you know, things. Just because you took care of the weaknesses of, you know, the type weaknesses, don't mean that the Pokemon on the opposing side, like let's say Elekid, can still have Ice Punch. You know, just that doesn't rule out the possibility of them having a move that is super effective against you, obviously. But because you're progressing, you're more likely to have it. It'll just be completely random, and the computer does it all the time. I think it's now, I believe it's done on purpose instead of just being random. So it took me a while to figure that out. But yeah, like this camera will probably have Stone Edge or something, you know? Like seriously, they're just coming up with a whole bunch of different stuff. If you don't take it down, you know, it could be a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what gets counter. All the Pokemon that gets counter. I think Torkoal gets counter, you know? So I gotta watch my back. Look, what was I just talking about? Stone Edge. When was the last time you saw a Torkoal was seriously, I can't even say that sentence properly because it just astonished me just now. You know, Torkoal. When was the last time any of you viewers saw a Torkoal with Stone Edge? Anyway, Raichu's gonna bite the dust, easy. You know, but this is fun, man. Oh man, this is also nerve-wracking because the closer that you get to the Fashionista or any Frontier Brain of that matter, you start making mistakes. You start being like, oh my gosh, I'm about to get that gold symbol. Start making stupid switches and all that. You guys know what time it is. Seriously. So Jolteon bites the dust. Outspeed everything. It's also advantageous that you have a level 100 so that you're, you know, look at the highest level. I think it's 92. Heatran. See, I told you guys, start throwing legendaries, man. Psychics, man, get prepared for Latios and Latios. So Zapdos, Electric, complete immunity to ground type attacks. So Outrage is not going to be enough to finish it. The Gallenberry increases his defense, which is funny because he also uses Light Screen, so I guess he's preparing to be a wall to me, but not enough to take 2 Outrages. So that was great. I'm able to take that out, so it's completely weird, man. You got to prepare for the worst. I mean the worst, like Quick Claws. Oh my goodness. Alright, so let's just change up my moveset a little bit. I'm able to clear off the Fire and the Electric, which is great. I'm just going to switch around because I'm planning to get rid of my Dragon move and put Earthquake onto it because I think I'm just going to take care of the Poison. Now, I'm not ahead of my video. I'm going to take care of the Poison right now. And something else, I believe. So, put the Chardy Berry on and instead of the Yachi Berry because I don't have any use for what I'm going to, for the Yachi Berry in this particular case. I do have more a likelihood of going to Rock type attacks instead of Ice type attacks for what I'm going to tackle next. You guys are thinking like Poison, right? No, not just Poison, there's something else that I want to take down. Normal, I think it's Normal. No, for normal types, I will put the Yachiberry because normal types have easier access to Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and Ice Beam, respectively. So Poison and something else, I think is. Let's see. Steel. Yes, that's what I was doing, and that's why I put the Flamethrower in. Steel, and then yeah, Steel, because Steel can have access to rock type attacks. Look, Iron, dual Steel and Rock again. You know, and I gotta be careful. I'm not being careful because these things can, and I've seen it happen to players. Focus Sash, Focus Bang, Counter, Metal Burst, Mirror Coat, done. Your whole career is finished. So, my goodness, man. These little ass Pokemon taking out big threats like Salamence. And what is that? So, Beldum, easy. I have the Flamethrower for the Earthquake, so that's easily pickings. Gone out. I think I'm just gonna take care of Steel altogether in this particular run. So I think that's what I do. So Earthquake, obviously for Steels that do touch the ground. Flamethrower for like things like Skarmory and Latang and Metagross, who take more damage on the special spectrum than they do on the physical spectrum. So yeah. Great, but the one thing about the Battle Hall is I have to admit the Battle Hall is very lengthy. It is my all-time favorite because of the music that you're listening to right now, but it is kind of lengthy, I have to admit, and I think that makes it more tedious because every battle you have the chance of winning, but at the same time you have that same amount of probability of losing, hence bullshit or, you know, some random stuff happens to you. So I think it's just that much more. Remember, you have to face 50 battles. You have to go through 50 battles in order to go through the Frontier Brain, where in normal circumstances you only have 21 battles in other Frontier Brains, like let's say the Battle Tower or the Battle Factory. So Earthquake tears up on the ground. I set up the substitute, right? I don't want any Focus Sash counters or Metal Burst happening, man. That's the end of my streak. I'm being extra careful, man. I'm trying to meet that fashionista early, man. And her Macy's career. Flamethrower Barbecue. Anybody play the Steel Pan? I got one melting in the factory right now, man. So you guys know what the Steel Pan is, right? Steel Drum. Virgin Islands, it's a Virgin Islands joke. Heatran again. Imagine if I just bought Flamethrower, I would have been out of luck. So imagine if it had Hidden Power Ice to top it off. One Outrage is not killing that Heatran. So last steal, I think it's something big. Whoa, something big. I said something big, not something long. No perversion, please. But yeah, still looks easily by dust. So thank God for Sturdy not being what it was in 4th Gen and what it is right now in 5th Gen, because everything will be living. You saw how many Pokemon he had for Sturdy, man. He had Aron, he had Skarmory. Skarmory gets Sturdy, I keep forgetting. And freaking Steelix and something else, man. All these Pokemon will resist those hits, man. Imagine all that. I think Skarmory gets, no, Skarmory doesn't get Metal Burst. So, yeah, gotta be careful. It gets counter, though. Yes, I've used that before. That's funny. I took out a Dragonite that way. +1 Dragonite Fire Punch. Counter! Baby, multi-scaling saving you. Alright, but I'm just gonna attach the Yachiberry now, because I think I'm just gonna go after 2 types, which is the Psychic and the Poison. So I think of what my ideology is here is to take down Fighting and Water last, especially Water, because you have to remember the last type. I mean, it's good to be respectively prepared for whatever type you have left over, but at the same time, the fashionista is going to come up with something random, and you have to be prepared for that at the same time. So being that Water gets Ice type attacks, I'm just going to put the Yachiberry onto the Salamence and have our normal type moves, which is the Flamethrower and Outrage. So I'm just going to Outrage everything. Hopefully not running into a Napoleon, because that would piss me off. Maybe I should just run Outrage Earthquake, you know, why run Flamethrower? So here comes Mets, and I'm like, I thought I took out Fire already, but I'm like, okay, I remember I put Dark, and no, I'm ahead of my video again. So this one is the Brick Break. I put Brick Break on it because I was taking down normal types as well as dark types. I don't have too much of a problem with dark types, especially things like Tyranitar comes because I have the Brick Break. But at the same time, I'm more concerned about the normal types because that could probably give me like a Miltank, you know, stuff like Exploud, who gives, you know, why would I be afraid of Exploud? But you know, Exploud does survive a non-boosted outrage, you know, and a non-boosted Brick Break at that. Look, walls like Togekiss, man. I gotta set the substitute real early before it hits me like Thunder Wave or something like that. It's good that I have the Intimidate, so Return's not gonna one-shot my substitute. Go for the D-Dance, and he's gonna Roost. I'm just gonna go for the Brick Break, see how much damage that does. He's gonna go for the Roost again, but it's not enough to take 2 Brick Breaks at +1, so that's great. We have the substitute. And like I said, I'm not breezing through these battles anymore, man. Oh, geez. So, Carvanha, Ice Beam, Ice Fang, something. You know, things could be Choice Scarfed. You know, don't rule out that possibility. Like, I remember, you know, things there, the items do make a big difference, right? So, you guys gotta watch out for everything, man. Just because you think you have a type advantage or, you know, a systematic advantage, like, oh, I have a vents to your Bagon, like Bagon can't do nothing. Focus Ash counter, good game, bye. You know, so I don't think Bagon gets counter anymore, but you know, I'm just using that as an example. I don't mean that literal, but you know, I do mean that literal, but not literal. If you guys get it, I'm confusing myself. But yeah. So Skunky bites the dust. I don't even know why the hell I didn't use Earthquake there. I had the Earthquake, and I didn't tear open the ground. So Murkrow, great, could take you out for Outrage, but I want to be safe. You know, I did Intimidate you, so Drill Peck is not going to be able to break this up. Let's see how much Brick Break does. Easily KO, and yeah, battle number 10. And I think I'm just going to end it here for this particular video. For this particular run. In the future, my next video, Matron, I took down some of your cronies. I took you out before. It's over. That's what Hulk Hogan used to do, right? Like, goes to watch wrestling, right? Something like that. So, I hope you guys had fun. Peace. And what you doing?